what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Good frosty morning, everyone. It's Thursday, February the 20th of 2025. Good morning, Airbag. You can unmute. Good morning, Jenica. Airbag, you're on mute. Good morning, Jenica. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, Lady Autumn. Are y'all staying warm this morning? Boy, did we hit a cold front. I think half of the east is under a snow blanket. Airbag. You're on mute, Airbag. It is very cold. Well, Airbag dropped down. We got about 6 inches of snow up here on the mountain. I don't know what it looks like in town, but we are covered in snow. All right, Airbag.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I left you a message in back chat.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to mention it.
Okay. Oh, well.
Just let me know.
That's funny. Jenica says it's 17 degrees there. Let's pull up our weather and see what we got.
Jenica, it's 8 here, minus. What did I say earlier? Minus what?
I don't know. Minus what?
I'm trying to remember what it said on the news, and now I can't remember, but it's down below 0. I know that for wind chill.
I got 17 here, too. Lady says it's 15 in Middle Tennessee right now. Y'all got way more snow than we got, lady. I know y'all got, because y'all got snow from the other day, too. A lot more than we did.
We got a lot, too. It's snowing right now, as a matter of fact.
I think it finally quit here. But I can tell that my entire neighborhood did a nope this morning because there is no car tracks going in or out all morning. And it's almost 11 o'clock. And nobody's moved.
Most of you in Tennessee don't know really how to drive in the snow, do you?
Well, it's not that we don't know how to drive. It's just that if you come off the road, you're going to end up down a mountain. Like, it's not just coming off the road and landing in a field. It's sliding off the road and falling off a cliff.
Hmm.
And you're either going uphill or downhill on any given road. So you add that to it because our roads are not flat.
How many inches would you say you got?
We got about 6 inches.
Yeah, that's something down there you better stay off of them. Unless
Yeah.
you got really good tires.
Or in a 4-wheel drive. A 4-wheel drive is
Well,
that's right next to a generator out here in the mountains. You need a good 4-wheel drive just in case. You need a good generator just in case. And a good kerosene heater just in case. What was that I heard that was stuck in my head this morning? Oh yeah. 1 minute you're on the road looking at the bushes, and next minute you're in the bushes looking at the road. That's what it's like
yeah, right.
in the snow. My daughter usually flies to Florida. This time she drove. I asked why she did too many airplane crashes. She made it safe, thank God. I agree, Jenica.
Yeah, really.
I was one of those people that, would really hound on, look, compare the plane crashes to car crashes. Like, your odds of dying in a car crash are higher than climbing on an airplane and it crashing, because there are thousands of planes in the air and we hear of, one single plane wrecking.
Exactly. The thing that makes it bad is how many people are on that plane when it crashes.
Exactly. But here lately, it's like, holy cow.
There was another one yesterday in Arizona. 2 private planes collided.
Did y'all see the one that flipped upside down?
Yeah, in Toronto. Yeah.
Wasn't that wild?
And everybody made it out alive. That's amazing.
Oh, yes. Thank God for that. Hello, Diamond. Hey, Gigi.
Good morning, Gigi. Good morning, Diamond.
The one that went upside down, though, that was wow.
Yeah, that was wild.
I watched it land, and, your thought is, well, first of all, they're landing on a really icy runway. And you think,
But
well, maybe
it's just before the wheels touched, it seemed like something slammed it onto the runway.
Exactly. Like that was a hard landing. I was thinking it was because of the slide. Once they got on the ground, it couldn't stop. It slid. I mean, you're coming in at, 150 miles an hour. And, you land on ice, you're going to slide a little bit. But no, like I said, when I watched it, it's like it touched down really hard. It was a really hard landing.
Cutter says, I have free flight passes in an airplane, and my ass ain't getting on there. I don't blame you.
I hear you. That's 2 women pilots for you. Well, at least they didn't ask for directions, Gigi. Last winter, a couple was reported missing after snow. A few months later, and things thawed out, and they found a car that went off the interstate because of ice. Yeah.
Wow.
That's something we are learning now, though. It's really weird thinking back that if a car went into the water, like that was off limits to search. Like they didn't think about, all these missing people who, most of them, when they go missing and the car is missing with them, like they didn't find the car abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
A good portion of them people probably ended up in the water somewhere. And we're finding now because we have this dive team, adventurers with a purpose.
Right.
Those groups like that are showing us that so many missing cases are getting solved just by dragging the car out of the water, by actually looking in the water, finding the vehicles and pulling them out. Where it's like that's just something we didn't have a procedure for if they went in the water. It's like nobody looked for them. Like that didn't count if they went in the water.
Well, it's like when Arizona was having their drought. Those lakes got so low, they were finding people that had been missing for
Mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Some in barrels.
But why in the
Others-
search for these missing people did we never check the waters? We never checked the lakes, the rivers. We never checked. It's like that was not I don't know. They
No,
don't check the waters in a missing persons case. Not till somebody comes out and says, hey, maybe we should check the water. I'll check it. Good morning, child of God. Good morning, pup. Yeah, ladies telling me here, pup, that y'all got a lot of snow. Lots of snow. Did you see Detroit? It flooded and then froze over. Really? Holy cow. As far as I know, they are, Jenica. I've actually seen another group. They're not as big as Adventures with a Purpose, but there is still another group out there. But yeah, they're still going. They're still out there pulling people. They have a they have a YouTube channel.
I've never heard of it.
Let me look it up. Let's see. Yeah, we'll take a look at them. So yeah, it looks like they're still going pretty good. They posted a members only 22 hours ago. They say there's 50 cars recovered, one person found.
Wow.
That's probably some of the floods. Here's one, Brad Benford's story. That was 5 days ago. "11 cars found. A search for 6 missing persons intensified." But see, I like the way they're actually just going and dragging cars out. Whether they're in the case or not, they get them out of the rivers, in lakes. And
Right, right.
it's weird that, I don't know, it was just like an unspoken rule that if you were in a vehicle and ended up in the water, A, they never searched the water, so they're probably not going to find you. B, there's probably 3 more people down there with you. But it was, I don't know, it's just like in the search of a missing person, nobody checks the lakes. Not until like this group comes around and just starts dragging all these cars out looking for one specific car.
Well, here in Buffalo, about, oh, I don't know, maybe back in July or August, they found 47 kids that were missing, reported missing. And guess how they found them?
How'd they find them?
Through sex trafficking investigation.
Oh, man. I remember that lady, Autumn. It had to do with an accusation from years back. I don't, I can't remember if he's part of the team or not. That the team is still there, but whether or not he was allowed to stay on the team, I'm not sure. I think he was fired. Or he may be the one that made up that second group. I'm not sure.
I've never even heard of that.
What, the accusations or the group?
The Adventures with a Purpose. Never heard of it.
They were. Hey, Bruce, guys, how you doing? Good morning. So I was trying to think. There was one case where the girl drove into the reservoir. She was reported missing after a graduation party. They were the ones that found her. They've actually solved well over 200 cases by now, and all of them being a missing persons report with a car, in a description of a vehicle. And they'll take these missing person cases with a vehicle description and go check out all the area lakes. And usually they find them. If they're in the water somewhere, they will solve the case. Oh, it was, lady. It was pretty bad. But I feel bad for the guys. You're doing work that is, so awesome for the community, that makes such a difference. And then allegations from the past surface on one of the boys. That's crazy. Hey, there's the great God. my potato God. Good morning, Arby. How are you? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Are you doing you still doing Coffee Club Saturday, right? That's it. That's it, Arby, right there. I need that on a t-shirt. A cup of sugar, drop of coffee, and a little murder to get the day going. I know. Oh, he's Sundays. Okay. He's done it Sundays. Okay. I'm going to be streaming on Sunday instead. I got family thing on Saturday. All right. No problem. I'll stop trying to do two things at the same time, not working out. Yeah. Sunday at noon. Cool. All right. No problem with that. Cool beans. Now, I didn't really come in with the subject today. I just figured if you guys wanted to climb on panel today and pick the topic, that'd be cool. Talking about media, social media, and manipulation for political games. Then panel. That sounds good. Don't forget to include there's a few CNN stories. If I can find them, I'll bring them in. But I agree. I think we need to take our media back. You haven't made a presentation. You and your now I'll tell you guys, Arby comes with charts and graphs. He means business. It's like
Well, I don't know how you guys feel, but to me, it seems like the news anymore is nothing more than like a ET.
It's all talk show.
Yeah.
They don't bring the news. They bring in some specialist who has nothing to do with the situation to give their opinion on what they think happened. I'm like, that's not news. That's a talk show. That's a podcast. Arby says, I was a busy bee not doing work at work this week. I hear you. It's so funny. We're all still dicing out the halftime show. But the memes are really great about the halftime show. Yes, I agree, Aaron. They do. The 24-hour news cycle is just BS drama to drive emotional. That right there, emotional reaction.
Good morning, Aaron.
And they're still hating Trump. And the poor view. Oh, the poor view. Like, how many times can you sue the view? That's the new game.
Janica says, "What do you think about all the volcanic activity going on Santorini, Mount Etna?" You know what? I watch the news. I have not seen one report about it.
I have. How do I explain it? What was brain dead? I seen something on the news this morning, but to me, this is sixth grade science. It's not really complicated. When we discussed kinetic energy in the sixth grade, we learned kinetic energy is one thing containing energy colliding into another thing, passing the energy on to the second object, right? Kinetic energy can be passed from one object to another.
Right.
And we have spent the last how many years bombing somewhere all the time, like just dropping. I mean, look at Gaza right now. Look at all the bombing that we're doing. Ukraine, Russia. Every time we blast the earth with a bomb, it contains kinetic energy that is then transferred to the earth. That
Well, look
moves
at the
along.
rockets they send up too. Look at
Yeah,
the atomic testing they did. You
it's
cannot tell me a suspended ball will not move.
well, my point being, the kinetic energy being passed from a bomb to the Earth's surface over and over and over. Eventually, it's going to rattle out through the plates and it's going to affect volcanic activity because we're just pounding the Earth with kinetic energy, all these bombs, bam, bam, bam. And that energy travels out. It does not stop when it blasts the Earth. It puts a heavy vibration through the Earth. Oh, I know. I hear you, Arby. Funny how when the federal funding started getting cut off, all of a sudden NASA says there's an asteroid that's going to hit the Earth in 2030 something. Oh, look. Technically, we've been looking at that asteroid for a long time. I remember back in maybe it was the late 90s, early 2000s, they all just decided, well, we've all got weapons of mass destruction. Instead of aiming them at each other, if we aim it at the asteroid, we can all just blow the asteroid out of path. So
Well,
that
here's another thing, though. They also said that it's only got like a 3% chance of hitting.
yeah.
Everybody's going nuts about this asteroid that's supposed to hit the Earth.
It's not that the story hasn't always been there. It's that they choose these ridiculous things to not have to cover the real news. As long as they've got these silly filler stories, they don't have time to tell us what they really should be telling us. See, science is fake. I've been looking at the Middle East news too much this morning. I'm trying not to, Arby. There's a lot going on. The ceasefire didn't hold.
Arby,
The
don't worry.
prisoner.
Bruce Willis will save us from the
No,
asteroid.
right? But I mean, even the prisoner return is turning out pretty ugly.
Did you hear they released a mother and two of her babies?
That's
That
kind of what I
one
was getting at.
died.
And they were not alive when they brought them back. There has been autopsies, and They were beat to death. But the fact that so many people held on this prisoner exchange, and the truth turned out to be they were stringing us along. They didn't even have the prisoners left alive that they claimed to.
Yeah, I know, Arby. They are parading the babies, I guess, the family, in coffins like that's a party. Evil, pure evil. That he's right. That is stupid.
Yeah. And I think, Aaron, that's kind of what they're going to do. I heard talks about Jordan. The country of Jordan is going to take in the Palestinians and give them a place to go because Gaza is destroyed, and they are going to rebuild Gaza into something else.
Trump wants to do a American resort over there, I guess. Excuse me.
Yeah, I won't be making reservations for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be a really good price. Very cheap because they would love to have, the tourism bring it back up. But nope, I won't be making any reservations out that way. Israel's have assumed, yes, for a long time, Jews place a lot of saints on the burying the bodies properly. Yeah, Israel would, and they would, but they still lied about it, Arby. I mean, they played it up like everybody was fine, and they had the numbers to trade back, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember what we found in we were finding them in the tunnels, and they were still lying about them being alive, and we actually had their bodies recovered out of the tunnels. Radical Islam and Judean based faiths have been fighting for thousands of years. They will never be peace until there's only one. I agree.
Exactly, Aaron.
But that's not on the Israel side. That's on the Palestinian side. They will never. How do I explain it? There was a reporter that hit the streets, and he went through the Palestinians and he went through Israel, and he asked the Palestinians, could you ever live in peace together? They said, no, we will not. But the people on the Israel side are like, absolutely, we want peace. We want to coexist with all of them. So you get such a diverse answer from each side. But one side clearly tells you, and we should believe them, they have no intentions of living peacefully. No intentions. Will not do it, never succumb to it. And that's an evil thought. That's scary. That is
Pretty
true. They do hate us too. Are we? That was my question, Gigi. I heard on the news that Jordan was thinking about taking in the Palestinians. And again, y'all know I hate using that as a vocabulary word because it doesn't really exist. There is not a common freaking anything between Palestine. They're just several tribes that share a common hate for Israel. That's the only reason they don't fight amongst themselves. They don't like each other. Palestinians don't like each other because it's several tribes coexisting with the common hate of Israel, but they still hate each other. And I'm thinking, okay, so to move that situation to Jordan, what is that going to look like? That's interesting, Army. I haven't heard that side of it. It says Jordan doesn't want them. Last time Jordan had them, it led to Black September. I agree. And that's why I'm saying, right. But to pick them all up and carry them over to Jordan, there's still a combination of many tribes who even hate each other. So what is that going to look like moving them over into Jordan? I mean, can that be peaceful? Because I don't see how. And it doesn't matter really where you give Palestinians the chance to go. Can they all go together in harmony?
Well, here's another point to Arby and Lo-Fi. Remember the 1968 Olympics, where the Israeli Olympic team was all massacred by the Arabs?
Okay,
Yeah.
I had to come up here with my
Yeah.
tin foil hat.
I know.
All right, here it comes. Are you ready? I think it's all a ploy to just destabilize the Middle East so that the Western countries can come in and just gobble them up one by one.
No, I can see where y'all could say that, but you can't change history. I mean, there's hundreds of years of history from this. It's a religious war.
Yeah.
I know it, I know it comes out political. But the bottom line is it's a religious war. They don't like Jews and they don't like Americans. They don't like Christians or Jews. It is a religious war.
Ooh, look at what Gutter's Pub just said.
Black September was a civil war in Jordan in 1970. It was an armed conflict between the Jordanian government and the Palestine Libertarian Organization. Oh, the war resulted in the expulsion of thousands of Palestinians from Jordan. Yes, it is kind of about a piece of land, but it's also about not wanting Jews on it, not wanting to share it. The expelled Palestinians ended up on the West Bank, in the West Bank. Yeah. Well, that's all Europe's doing. Remember? Europe divvied that out. After the war, Europe divvied that out. I'm not smart. I copy and paste. Yeah. Arafat was the leader that fomented the Black September uprising, and then Clinton whitewashed him as a leader of the PLO in the 90s to try to get a peace agreement at Camp David.
Ooh. Where is Army Vet when you need him? Where the hell is Army Vet when you need him?
That's a good question. Where the hell are you at, Army Vet? Get off your damn game and get into Coffee Club.
Because right now he would be going scorched earth on this subject right now.
Yeah, he would.
But he understands the Middle East a little better than I do.
Than all of us do.
Either share it or it's gonna. I agree, Jenica, and I think that's where Trump's at. But Trump also gets, he understands. We're calling it Hamas by where their feet are standing. We label them each by the terror group. Like, stop doing that. They are one group of terrorists by all labels.
Right. Yep.
And Trump Trump understands this. If we don't get rid of these terrorists all over the world, we're never going to have peace. Like, it's time we quit playing with this theory and do away with it.
Yeah.
This whole terrorist uprising, that's true, Arby. And They all tie back to Iran. The reason Iran's under such threat over all of it is because Iran is the one funding Hamas and all the different groups, whatever you want to call them. ISIS, Al Qaeda, whatever name you want to label them under,
Right.
they're all the same hate and evil. The Saudis were interested in the Abraham Accords because they see Israel as capable military of helping them against Iran. Yeah. The Saudis don't give a crap about the Palestinians, Arby says. That's the problem. We're at a standpoint, Jenica, and there doesn't seem to be any movement away from it's a racial theory. We're they're still cleansing the earth kind of bullshit.
Well, Ari brings up a good point. I mean, a lot of that is tied to the oil monopoly and the petrodollar and all that. And, the BRICS nations that are forming their new currency that's backed by actual gold is a threat. It's a threat to the American dollar, which is the world's reserve currency for, 70% of the rest of the nations.
But we also know that's where Iran is getting the money to funnel down to the extra organizations.
And we're still buying their oil.
Now, we could go after them all warlike and, send a missile into their house, but they're just going to be replaced by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? So Trump's theory is if you take out the money, if you cut the money off to them, they can't sustain all the attacks they have planned. So that's why he said, I'll go straight for Iran. I will flatten Iran.
I don't know. And then you get on the human rights side and you're just like, well, fuck.
Okay, but
you're gonna cause millions and millions of innocent deaths trying to, take out a few cockroaches.
Okay, but if we leave the cockroaches, they multiply.
Yep, that's the problem. That therein is the problem. So it's kind of one of those things where, the only really the only way to correct any of that is for Mother Nature to take her fair place and regulate some shit, like she did with, the massive earthquakes, cataclysms, plagues.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Savage, I hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
Morning, Savage.
But I mean, so is it a switch off? I mean, I get the humanity of it, but the truth of it is, no matter how much humanity you feel for these person, they're killing other people. You don't want to take a life, but that life is going to take 10 more. So there's the line, if you're going to take 10 more, I'll take you out.
Yep. No, I absolutely agree. It's just unfortunate that, they're such cowards in the way that they surround themselves with women and children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those aren't to me those aren't warriors. Those are like, no better than like little punk kids trying to, egg a house or something.
And that is, we don't want to take out, the innocent civilian population when it comes down to the fact that there's terrorists in that building and you are going to bring your kids and sit at the front door like human shields. No. Get your kid out of town. Stop letting them use you and your children as some noble death. They don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody is reading out a public list of heroes who, you know what I'm saying, of the
Well,
martyrs.
that's what it is, though. They get these people whipped up into like a religious frenzy, and they're strapping bombs to kids,
Mhm.
and they're getting people to think that it's okay
But that's what I'm
because they're
saying.
because
That
they're in this.
society, it is kind of ingrained in them that to allow your child to perish for the sake of war is noble. Like that's noble to them.
Yeah.
And that's gross. That's to me, that's just gross. You protect them. It's, we don't put them on the noble death list. Has anybody heard that list of noble names come out of the Middle East? Those that died? No. It's, you're not a hero forever. They forget your name next week. You're not doing anything noble by putting your children in harm's way in the name of war.
Right. But they're doing it. But the problem is they're doing it in the name of God, or so they're being
Yeah,
led to
it's been
believe.
so twisted, in so
You
many
know.
generations this has gone on that, yeah, the greater good is God. And no, it's not noble. It's abuse. You know what I mean? Even in America, we know that to put our children on the front line is abuse.
Yep. That's real right there, Gutters Pub. All that arranged marriage stuff, so that way families can assume power or assume more wealth or become part of a wealthy family or whatever, sell their kid. Yeah.
Right. So
No,
at
that's
this
that's
point,
real.
we're
That's
in
real.
about
That
the
shit
fifth
happens over there.
we're about into the fifth generation of angry over there. And they don't even most of them don't even remember what they're angry about. They've just been raised in it.
Yeah.
And then
I
they
mean,
raise their
the
kids
problem
in it.
is, like, if you look at, like places like Iran before the Ayatollah took over, you know, uh, they were pretty progressive. You look at those places in the '60s. I mean, they were coming up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it got just taken over by these radical religious factions. There was a power vacuum, I guess, and nobody wanted to fight for it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, really the only thing like that's keeping this country together. Is
That
is that because I mean, fuck, dude, think about it. If the people wanted to go nuts and just tear this country apart, we totally could.
oh yeah.
The only thing that's holding this together right now is the mindset of the adults are talking, the children need to sit the fuck down.
Yeah, we're tired of listening to the kids. Arby says, what Gaza to me is the queers for Gaza idiots when Hamas ends people's. I was just talking about that, Arby.
Yeah,
We were talking
yeah,
about some of the stuff that Elon had come across.
absolute
And
cretins.
one of the things that we have been funding is basically worldwide LGBT community, which is fine. I'm not against the LGBT community, but if you're gonna tell me that you took that to Gaza, I'm gonna call you a liar because they don't allow that in Gaza. That is something they will kill you in the streets for.
I don't know. This is the shit that's coming out of these
So,
liberal colleges.
right, you're expecting me to believe that y'all paid for a bunch of $1 billion for festivals in places like Gaza? No, you did not. I'm calling BS. Some of these countries they were listing as sending this, LGBT pamphlets. like you will get killed in those countries for homosexuality. So you're not convincing me y'all were having, parades and whatnot over there. I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
I've seen what Arby's talking about.
Like, you can't tell me they even allow homosexuality in some of these countries they were sending money to. Like, you will die in that country for being homosexual. They will they will stone you in the streets. So I know that those funds were BS.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna say to Gutters Pub right here. I'm gonna be like, well, I kind of have a mixed feeling on it. Like for me, I'm not against what anybody wants to do. I'm all for freedom. If you want to make love to cucumbers behind closed doors, that's all fine. I think it's
Behind closed doors. That's
exactly.
the key right
I
there.
think that it's wrong to publicly celebrate sexuality, which is a personal choice.
Exactly. That's
You
my
know what I
issue
mean?
right there.
And so
Why is it?
that's how I feel about that.
Why do
I'm not
y'all
against
need?
whatever people want to do. You know, if you want to fucking love men or love women or
So
fucking
why
love
does
sheep,
that
whatever
require
the
tax
fuck, I don't
money?
give a shit.
Why
You
does
know,
your sex life require tax money?
right. Your personal sexual choice.
Like, I
Why
don't
in the
walk
fuck does that
around
need to be
rubbing
publicized?
everybody in the forehead going, I do a man
So
every night.
that's
I
the
do a
only thing that I got to
woman.
say about that. But
You know
other
what
than
I'm
that,
saying?
dude, I know a lot of people who are homosexual and gay or whatever, lesbian, and they are
Right.
fucking great people. So, and I will defend their right to be so. So that's where I stand on that. You know,
I
it's kind of like
agree. But
I'm riding the fence,
look, I'm
I
all for
guess.
you love who you love. I'm not here to stop that. But it doesn't require my tax dollars.
Right.
Like, your tax dollars don't do nothing in my sex life. My sex life is so private, I don't need a flag for it. I don't want a parade for it. Just leave me alone. It's my private life. So
Right.
why do they? Why is it something they have to put on a sign and tell me about? Just
Right.
be human. I just need you to be human. That's all.
Right.
Hey, crazy hillbilly. Dare I ask what you've been into this morning?
Never mind. Never mind.
I seen you this morning.
Hey, everybody's in a good mood. Leave me alone. I'm just, you know how Billy is. How you doing, Mouse?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
All right, sweetie.
I see no J Brad pinned you down this morning with the girls.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
I did. I was
I'm gonna
even
get in
telling
trouble.
Harry, check this out, old crazy hillbilly over there making the women crazy. He's
What?
having so much fun.
Hey, guess what? It's all in fun and games. I mean, I enjoy that. I enjoy doing that over the drama shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. They were pimping poor hillbilly out this morning. Guys, I'm serious. I walked in. They had hillbilly on camera, on panel, with his shirt off. Ooh, and on. It was so cute. That dog, hillbilly done filmed him some trouble.
What? You want me to do it on your live stream? I would be
No,
willing to
I'm
do
good.
it.
I'm good.
Send me
I'm
some
good.
money, sweetie. Send me some money.
You had to have a hard pity.
There's the Easy Sky. Easy Pop. Hey, Chrome Dome.
I can't believe that passed around that quick. Jesus Christ,
I
it's just been a
told
couple
you,
hours.
hillbilly. I am a mouse. The mouse runs between the walls in YouTube. I don't
I
have
know.
to run the streets. I run between the walls and I see and hear it all.
Well, you can hear it, but yeah, I guarantee you ain't hear me mouth doing nothing to you, mouse. Just trying. I'm gonna catch you, Mouse. I will get you.
You can't catch me.
Oh well, a Roadrunner will catch that mouse. Watch.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, Veggie talking and Nib show. What a good morning. Oh, Chrome Dome.
Same with the Roadrunner cartoons and all that. Yeah. Well, the Roadrunner's gonna catch that little mouse. Watch.
Nah.
She's got her little Nike running shoes on. Nope.
She's got her Nike shoes on. She's gonna run.
Nike running shoes.
Oh, I catch mouse. I will catch her sometime. I don't know when, but I will catch her somehow, some way.
So let's discover. I discovered something recently.
What's that?
What are you all talking about?
About a month or so when I was working with a buddy, is that some homeowners insurances are now requiring that you have a Moen brand smart meter. They're the only one that makes it, and you're required to have it on your water meter to detect any leaks.
Huh.
And they're saying that if you don't have it, your insurance rate can go up as much as $500 or $600 a year or whatever. So I wonder how hard like Moen lobbied the politicians for that to get that passed. Kind of like how PG&E was able to push through the mandated solar farm, because every new building within the state of California has to have a certain amount of solar panels that's required for you to pay for and install and maintain, while the power that they generate goes directly back to PG&E, which they do not have to reimburse you for. Tell me how the fuck that's legal.
California. I don't know how California is still. It's so messed up. Oh, so messed up, Aaron. I don't understand them.
It's because the politicians, are in bed with all the companies, and they own the judicial system in this state. All the judges are all complicit in it because they're all getting a fat chunk of it. So they're just going to shut up and let business run as usual. And nothing will ever fucking change here. Because they've rigged the system. They own all three branches of the government here in this state.
Mm-hmm. You're so blue. It's sad. You're so blue.
It's not though. I mean, you get out of these cities, it's all farms, and we're all fucking rednecks. Like it's you come up to Northern California and you get like
rednecks and hillbillies too. Get it right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
all right, I've got one for y'all.
There's red-blooded Americans up here, and it's not fair.
Rednecks, there's hillbillies, there's outlaws, there's a lot of no. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, man, there's red-blooded Americans up here that aren't with what our state is doing. And everybody bags on California, and it's not really the people that are voting for this shit. It's the liberal government that's shoving. I'm telling you what I mean by it.
Well, explain it a little bit more. Are you in a Democrat state?
Yes, I'm in a Democrat-led state.
Okay. Well, that's your problem right there.
The problem is that the Democrats have rigged the system to make it a supermajority state. You get outside of the cities, and it's all Republican. California's mostly red. When you look at it on an electoral map.
But blue controls.
I'm not going to get in this big argument because I just came to see Mouse, talk to her for a few minutes, but I'm not, because there's too much shit going on, all that crap. I just came on.
Here's a new one for you guys. Tennessee is going to be doing a new thing, and we are going to be voting on it next year at the polls. And then it's going to go nationwide. What the discussion here in Tennessee is, it's not even about the political, it's about bail and bond on a violent criminal. Now, if a violent criminal is accused of a violent crime, should we take the option of bail off the table and keep them in jail until their trial?
I don't know. That depends. I mean, there's got to be substantial proof of that if you're going to make that a case, because there's a lot of women who use domestic violence as a bullshit case to get a man fucking arrested to get him out of the house.
Yeah.
Well, this is by violent, I mean, really violent, like grape or unaliving,
Yeah, I agree with that.
But here's my only thing. Okay, in thinking about this, absolutely, I agree that if somebody kills a lady on the street, that yeah, he should be stuck in jail without bail, because if he gets bail and gets bonded out, or gets bond and gets bailed out, he's out on the streets to do it again.
Right.
I agree with that.
Right. Or the dude who
But
beats the fuck out of his wife and she's so Stockholm syndrome. She's like, I forgive him. Let him out of jail. Let him out. And
what
he ends up fucking
happens?
going home and killing her.
What
Yeah.
happens when there's a case, a real case of who done it? There's no real evidence of who did it, so they pick one person in the circumstance and charge them with murder. What about false allegations? What about if you're falsely accused of something,
Right.
and may it be murder? Now you've got to sit in jail for 2 to 5 years before your trial makes it, before your trial date comes up. And now you've got to sit as an innocent person in jail the whole time. That's
Well,
my
and
only
then if they do find you innocent, I feel like the state at that point should have to take on the debt. And you got to turn around, you got to pay that person their median income that they would have made, plus increases in cost of living, so punitive damages on top of that.
So what does that do to our economy if we're paying off a load of innocent people that we've incarcerated until trial?
Right. Might want to
Find
think about
innocent, and
I
then
think all that
we have
money
to
should
pay.
come directly out of the judge's retirement funds.
Oh, I agree.
Maybe then that shit'll change. Judges will have a little bit more discretion, or maybe police officers too, if it was coming out of police officer pensions as well. Maybe they'll have a little bit more discretion to go, okay, well, let's just call this guy guilty because it's just open and shut, like right there. Now I understand, like if there's physical evidence, like this dude actually fucking shot somebody, or this dude actually
Right, like
beat
if
up
you're
his old
caught
lady
red-handed,
or whatever.
like
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah,
everybody
you're
sees
fucking
you
done.
shoot
You're
the
cooked.
guy.
You're
Yeah.
cooked. You're sitting in fucking prison. But shit that's based on an accusation where it's just like wishy-washy, kind of circumstantial like that. Nah, I don't think that shit should fly.
Okay, so what do we put in place to cover all the gray area? That's really where the discussion
It's got to be better police training. The police training is where it's at. And you go to these police academies, they're like fucking military academies. They teach you that the general public is your fucking enemy. That the general public is out to kill you at any second. And so you got these, I hate to say it because I have a lot of Marine brothers, but you got these, jarhead
So should
attitude
we
cops,
put a stipulation in?
fresh rookies out, and they're just itching to be able to pull their gun out, you know what I mean? And just walking
Yeah.
around with their hands on their guns like they need to and shit. It's like, come on, man.
But what we in Tennessee need to hear from the world is how do we put stipulations on the gray area? What things do we put into place to make sure we're putting guilty people away and not innocent people?
Right. It's better police training and better access to detectives
Police training
and detective equipment on the spot.
Now, I will say detective, because after the case we just watched, I am really upset about the competency of the lab, if you will. And that's where that case went south. When things got to the lab, and all of a sudden these idiots can't pull off DNA, can't find a fingerprint,
Well,
these kind of
that's what
things.
that
Like,
we heard it. We heard the quality. They ain't learned it yet.
okay, but say there's a murder that happened last night. The cops don't find the victim until the next morning. So there's no witnesses, nobody standing around, nobody to ask what happened. Somewhere within the investigation, somebody gets accused before the investigation is over. An arrest warrant is written. Now, that person hasn't been proven guilty. There's no witnesses. Now we have to rely on evidence, which is going to take a long time. What do we do with the accused? Do we leave him in jail with no bail? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We have no idea.
Aren't you supposed to be innocent until proven guilty? But you're not innocent, are you? If you're sitting in jail waiting for them to fucking drum up enough evidence to fucking be able to convict you and leave you in prison for the rest of your life, are you really innocent at that fucking point?
Yeah, it's not it's not even the cops. It's the system as a whole. When you're accused of a crime, sure, you're innocent until proven guilty, but that ties up, bond. And it's in our Constitution that we are able to bond out, even in murder. And I've seen murder cases that they set bond at $1 million. Now, more than likely, nobody ever has $1 million to bond out. So yes, they stay in jail till the trial.
I don't know. I mean, you got millions of Americans working, living paycheck to paycheck. You think anybody's got, if they're accused of a serious crime like that, do you think anybody's got 50, 60, 100,000 access to that kind of money to bond out? No, the average person doesn't. They're going to have to sit their ass in jail.
And I think that's just it. I think bond should be wrapped around the crime and not around your wallet.
Right, exactly. Because bond is really only for people that have access to money.
Yeah. But if a guy, with many witnesses, murders a woman in the mall, of course I want him kept without bail. Okay, I seen what a monster he was. But what about this 19-year-old that there's no actual evidence? It's all circumstantial. We don't really know if he did it or not, so we put him in jail for 5 years to find out. That's where I have the issue with it. So we have to put statutes in place that spell this out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Hey, Diamond.
Hello, Mouse. Good to see you, love. Good to see you, Aaron. Hey, crazy hillbilly.
Hairbag's still with us, too.
I don't see a hairbag at all.
He's beside you.
Oh, hey, hairbag.
Hello.
I didn't see you. I'm sorry, love.
That's all right. No problem.
Crondo says, indeed, it is a challenge, but sticking to local laws at the very least and checking when a suspect says they are covered by the Constitution would help. Don't disagree either on the current BS of qualified immunity. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, stop doing it to our immigrants. Absolutely stop popping our immigrants back out on the street just because they're immigrants, and we don't hold immigrants because it's mean and blah, blah, blah. We just passed through Congress. I should be at the Senate. Maybe they passed it through the Senate, but it was in New York. It was pertaining to that girl that was killed by the immigrant who should have still been in jail.
Yep.
but and I think, this is kind of the start of that. But how do we spell out the gray area?
Right.
Can I touch on something?
Sure.
On the topic of the bail, think
Uh-huh.
about this. They charge a bail. You pay that bail. Now, if you get found innocent, they have to return that money, correct?
I don't know. Do they?
Oh,
I've
yes.
never had to pay bill.
Well, that's
No,
how
because the bond, it's a business. They're in the
Well, that's
business of
my point.
loaning money.
Because if they find you guilty, they either give the person their money back, or they use that money as what they call a fine, and nobody gets the money back. So to me, it's just one big, as Aaron put it, business.
Well, yeah, because the whole point of bond is I'm going to pay you a big lump sum of money to guarantee you that I will show back up for my trial. Now,
Mhm.
if I jump bail, now even the person that co-signed my bond is in trouble. And now they've got to send, a bounty hunter out to find me, to bring me back. That's going to cost more money.
Uh-huh.
And that's why they keep all that money when people go to bond out.
Yeah, so it's not really tied to your innocent or guilt. It's tied to
It's a business.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
it's
separate
supposed
business.
to be a guarantee that you're going to show up for court.
yeah,
Because
that's what
you
it's
don't
tied
want to
to.
lose that money.
Right.
So no, they get to keep it either way because it wasn't about your innocent or guilt.
Yeah.
It was
It's a
about
business tied. It's a
Question.
tie.
When you
Yeah.
got time?
it was about promising not to come back to court.
Yes.
Right.
I'm just asking if I can ask Mouse a
Sure.
question that I don't know how this is gonna go, sweetie, but I know you didn't do nothing or anything. But do you have a problem me coming over here on your channel
No,
at all?
no,
You sure, sweetie?
of course, or I wouldn't have let you up.
Okay. Thank you.
Where'd you get that idea, Hillbilly?
I didn't know. I'm not going to go in details. I will talk to Mouse when she ends this life. I want to talk to you backstage, Mouse, if we can, because I don't believe the shit that people's saying. Or I just wanted to know, did I do anything to you, Mouse, to make you hate me? Or
No. Where are y'all hearing this stuff? I would really like to know.
think about it, Mouse. Think about it.
Hey, crazy hillbilly. Good to see you.
Think about it, Mouse.
Well, that person ain't been on in 2 weeks.
Sweetie, think about it. Think hard.
What the fuck?
Mouse, before you end this life, can I at least go backstage and talk to you? That's all I
Yeah,
ask.
I just don't want to end it right now.
Oh, that's fine, sweetie. I didn't say end it right now, did I? I just said,
No.
please.
Yeah, at the end of it, I don't mind.
I know you wasn't mad at me. I figured it was a bunch of bullshit and this.
Mhm. Yeah, people like to cause trouble, crazy hillbilly. They always do, love. They do.
That's not the first time I've been told that, so I'm wondering what little bees out in everybody's bonnet.
The hell if I know, love. I don't know, but somebody's screwing around and it ain't good either.
Little snake that's crawling up in your little shit. That's what you meant, sweetie.
It's rough out here on these YouTube streets.
Well, I've been around a long time, Aaron. I've seen the fuck shit that goes on. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
shit that people do too, and they don't care.
Well,
All right.
yeah, it's crazy.
now they're calling me a faggot and a lesbian, or not lesbian, but a faggot, and I suck dick and all this shit.
Crazy hillbilly, it's me, Dragon Classy. Do you think I honestly believe that shit if someone told that to me? I think not. Okay?
Well, that's what's going around. I'm a fucking faggot. Whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
you heard them this morning.
But
You
that's
weren't.
what, if I respond and get the hateful what I want to go on their asses, I'm a bad guy.
Hi,
So,
Seagull.
you know what?
Hey, Seagull,
Whatever
good to
it
see
is,
you, love.
it's fine. You call me what the fuck you want. You don't know me.
That's
you
true.
judge me without knowing who the fuck I am, first of all. So,
I mean,
you know, it's bullshit.
They just found your butt.
well,
Yeah.
Crazy Hillbilly, I've known you a long time. I've seen you around on the YouTube streets. You know what I mean? Like, you honestly, no, people are just trying to start trouble and start mayhem. And they think it's funny,
Well,
and it's
you
not
know,
funny.
okay, you followed me a long time. You know I will speak my mind,
Yeah,
don't I?
I know that. Fully aware of that, yeah.
That brings people in to watch their channel.
I'm sorry for getting that way, but someone comes and accuses me of doing something I don't do. Don't I have a right to defend myself?
Yes, you do.
But I didn't do it, did I?
No, Mouse.
No. This was, but no, it's stupid. I don't want no party, sad party or whatever. I can handle my own self, but don't judge somebody you don't know.
Yep,
That-
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I look at it this way. Unless you bring your opinion to my face, then your opinion ain't even my business. You can shove it.
Exactly,
Well,
Mouse.
I will.
Exactly,
I
love.
will find where you live.
Exactly.
I'll bring you a mouse in a cage. Here you go, mouse. You can have this little mouse. How's that?
Well, it's like if you ain't a bitch I know or a bitch I owe, then it's just an opinion.
Yep,
I love that
Well,
saying.
see,
yep,
my
exactly.
problem is, you call me out like that, I'm going to respond. I do it on the streets. I do it human. I mean, I'm
I
a
know.
human. I'm a crazy fucking hillbilly. You call me something to my face, you got consequences coming
Well,
back.
I get it, but it didn't happen over here, so I don't want to go on and on about it.
No, everybody's really chill here. Mouse
That's
keeps it
Well,
pretty.
we're all
Mouse keeps
chill
it pretty
here.
fucking regulated.
Yeah, we're chill here. We don't.
Oh, I think mouse some more babies.
What?
no, Mouse ain't having no more babies. Mouse is
Oh, yeah, you're gonna get some more babies.
nope.
Oh
Wait
my
till I
God.
see you. Wait
I
till
thi-
I
I
see
think
the
he's-
statue. You're gonna have some more babies with you.
I think he's messing with you, Mouse.
And that was kind of a creepy thought.
I think he's joking with you, love.
No,
Okay.
she knows I'm gonna send her a hillbilly mouse, and it's gonna have babies with it.
Oh, God.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, crazy hillbilly. Sure. All right. I don't believe that shit. Come
That's it,
on.
Oh,
Gigi,
you
right
will when
there.
it comes on the door once I find out your address.
Yeah, that ain't no. Mm-mm.
You got to dig
Oh,
deep.
it's all
Rick.
statues. Oh my God, it's not live stuff. It's statues.
My address is so hard I can't even remember it.
Crazy hillbilly, I know what you're doing. You're messing with her. You're joking around with her. And I know
No,
it.
I would send her a hillbilly mouse and kids, but it's not live. It's just statues, like my statue.
Yeah, they're like dolls.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I love Mouse. Mouse is my friend. She's
I
cool.
know.
I don't
Yeah,
mess
but
with
I know
Mouse.
you're joking around with her. I know you're messing with her. You're just trying to get her going.
Yeah. Well, I do once in a while. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Nothing,
Hey,
dude.
I can get you going too if you want me to.
No. Nope.
4 weeks.
I just like Mouse. She's been a good woman, and I love her
Oh yeah.
as a friend. Not, I mean,
No, I know. I know.
How many you can have now?
she's married. I'm married, and it's just. I just like Mouse.
My
Yeah,
But
I get it.
not to each other, just so y'all know that.
I know, Mouse. I'm fully aware of that, love.
What did I do now?
Nothing.
I'm always getting myself.
Oh my
in
God, what
trouble.
happened to Army Vet? Last night? Oh, I don't know.
Imagine being in prison. What are you in for? The other guy says YouTube.
Uh,
That's becoming a thing, though, Siegel. I mean, not in
Yeah.
this community, but yeah, it's getting wild over in the other side. I have said many times that they need to put that on the intake form at the mental hospitals. Like it needs to be a whole square of its own. Like, what is your issues? You know, I'm hearing voices,
Well,
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, YouTube should be on
Okay.
that list of shit. Like, I
Yeah.
suffer from YouTube. Like,
Mhm.
I'm going to speak what I want to say. You don't like it, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying the bullying in schools got to stop.
Right. I agree. I agree with
Okay.
that.
And there's so much more bullying on the streets.
I know.
It don't matter what black, white, color, purple, whatever.
I know.
Everybody's on edge.
bullying in
and it
workplaces
needs
is a
to
big
be
problem.
stopped. I mean, but what I'm saying is the schools got to stop the bullying. That's why all these kids is doing what they're doing.
I know.
They're killing
that
themselves,
and
or they're getting a gun and going to school and shooting people.
somebody tells them, "Oh, you're not happy with yourself." Well, be the opposite sex. It's fun.
Oh, I didn't bring that up. I'm just saying. I mean, when I was going to school, good luck. I mean, boys was boys, but people like I was, we dealt with bullies. We whipped their asses, but there's
Right.
not. I mean, it's so sad. It really is. It's so sad. Over the years, I look back and when I
Thanks,
was in
Mouse. I
school,
needed a good laugh. Thanks, love.
I mean, it's getting worse with the kids now than what it was when we was growing up.
Yeah, I know.
I took out bullies. I got kicked out of 4 or 5 different schools over trying to bully me. I got
Yeah.
arrested because I
Right.
didn't put up with the bullying.
Right.
But which nowadays they passed this law. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm an old-fashioned hillbilly.
But if the schools report it, they don't get funds. They get defunded.
It's
Yeah,
just-
probably. I wouldn't doubt that.
oh yeah, they do. They do. It's just.
Oh, I love this cartoon. I haven't seen this in years. Thanks, Mouse.
Oh shit! Oh,
That's why I was laughing. That's why I said Mouse. I needed a good laugh. Beat his ass, Mouse. Get that kitty.
Take care of bullying just like that.
Yeah.
Dog. You've got to learn to handle your bullies.
That's right.
The cat's tearing. Oh. Uh-oh. What are you doing now? Oh. DJing?
Let's see what we got.
Oh, this is cute. That's cute. Mouse is DJing and having a good time. And
She jammed.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
See, that's what you need to do for bullying is just all come together with music.
That's right.
My windows down.
Yeah, Mouse. That's a cool one. I like that one.
Better than nothing.
Love this song.
Cruise.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, what happened to Edie? I thought he would have been up here this morning.
I'm not sure. He may be sleeping in.
Yeah, he got. Well, I know he was having trouble with his internet last night when he was up on my live.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta take off. It was good hanging out. Good seeing you guys.
See you, Aaron.
Hey, you have a good day,
Don't be a
Take it
stranger.
easy, guys.
All right, Aaron. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Cruise.
Now Hairbag's quiet as a church mouse.
Well, I just figured I'd let you guys talk and listen. If I had anything to add, I would.
Okay, Hairbag.
Quit picking on me, Dragon.
What are you gonna play? Play some of that old country stuff, Mouse.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, you got plenty up there. You know you got it.
How about some Damn Straight?
Oh, wow. Psychedelics.
Yeah.
No sappy stuff. Come on, man. I don't hear that sappy shit.
I know this one. Oh yeah.
Hey, Mouse, they're getting your coffee ready.
Yep, I gotta get another cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's my wife right there. Throwing sugar in the fucking coffee pot. Yeah, that's my wife right there. Throwing sugar in the coffee cup. You know, Mouse. Oh, come on. Oh, she's gotta have sugar in her coffee. Oh my God.
A little bit more. That's still not enough. I need.
Oh God,
a little more.
that's way too much.
Well,
We're almost ready to start.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna-
but
I'm a,
your coffee.
okay. Perfect.
How many sugar spoons of sugar you put in your coffee, Mouse?
Yeah, but
Let's just say Mouse has a high sugar
You put 4 or 5
account.
scoops of sugar in her coffee. Guarantee it.
Have a blessed day, Mark. It was good to see you. Thank you for stopping by.
good to see you, Mark.
All right, I shut up for a minute.
God damn straight. He's bad with the love songs, ain't he?
I know this is a good one.
It's all good when you're in love, but when you break up, man, George Strait's an evil, evil, evil.
Right?
Hey, later, Mark.
So, did you get snow? You guys?
I haven't had any since the last 2 weekends. So I haven't had any snow this week.
Oh, I could send you some. No, I
No,
can.
hairbag. I don't want it.
Well, I got a lot of floods down where I'm at, and I got snow coming. So what are you all bitching about?
I had to
y'all got
shovel
more
for the
than
last
we
2
do.
weekends and had 2 snowstorms in 2 weekends. And no, I'm tired of shoveling.
No, we're in a major flood. It's bad where I'm at. It's really bad. The snow's coming, the freeze coming. Yeah, no, it's really bad where the whole Kentucky is in a bad
Right.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
That was her favorite song. She sang along every time it came on.
Oh man.
Well, real women drink their coffee black.
No, not me. Hey, Jenica, good to see you, love.
It takes a lot of sugar to keep me this sweet. A lot.
Yeah, right? No shit.
Let's see.
Jenica, you should come up here, love.
I know, right?
Oh.
Come on, Janica. Liven this panel up a little.
Yeah. What did I do wrong? Really, Herpeg, you need a swift kick in the ass.
Yes.
How about that? There, I got you laughing now.
That was funny though.
Yeah, but I got you laughing.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, Jenica. Good morning.
Hey,
Hey.
Jenica, good to see you, love.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Good
Hi,
morning,
Hillbilly.
How you doing this morning?
Well, I just let the dogs out, and it's dang cold out there, and they were just taking their precious time, walking around the snow and the ice, slipping and sliding, but they love it. So I just came back in, got a cup of coffee, and came back to Mouse's.
There you
That's
go.
what I've been doing.
Come in here
Yeah.
and get warm.
It's always
How
good
you
to
doing,
see you,
Dragon?
Jenica. You know that, love.
Well, I appreciate that. See, I don't come up on panels unless I'm invited. I'm like a vampire. You've got to invite me in.
Yeah, well,
You
I'm the
always
one that
know you're
said, get your
invited.
butt up here, Jenica. Come on.
Well, that's what I feel too. It's like I'm not unless I'm invited. I don't like just doing it.
No, I don't either. I'd rather somebody say, "Come on up" or whatever, but I just don't, invade a chat. How you
Right.
doing, Mouse?
I'm doing good. I'm freezing my little toasty off up here.
No,
God.
Yeah, it's
you
13
too,
here.
huh?
It's
Welcome to the
cold.
north.
Yeah, it's cold here too, so don't feel bad, Mouse.
I could not believe the words coming out of my husband's mouth this morning. It was so
Oh,
disgusting. It was like, oh, honey, look. No, and he said it like 5 times. Look. I don't want to look. Why are you being so mean to me?
Oh no. Well, then
I
you're gonna have to give your husband a swift kick in the ass, Mouse.
Set him on in it. That's what I'm gonna do. Tell him
we're Hillbilly. Where's it snowing at where you are?
Oh
Where
no,
are
we got flood waters. The whole instead of Kentucky's and a big bass with the floods.
Yeah,
now we
I
got
seen those floods. It's terrible.
it's
Yeah, I
not
heard about
looking
that.
good where I'm at.
Hmm.
I just thank God I'm up in the mountains. I don't have to worry about it till boring.
No,
But getting
yeah,
a
yeah,
food
because water runs downhill, right?
is a different story.
The only
Unless you got a
problem with
basement that
that
gets flooded. Do you have a basement, Hillbilly?
What?
Do you have a basement or a cellar?
Oh, I'm good. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I got all that, but
oh,
the
okay.
water never really touched where I'm at. But the mudslides and all
Yeah,
that is. But I mean, I
no,
got a creek behind me, just few steps up beside me, but which that's been there for years.
yeah. Is it running rampant? The
Huh?
creek? I said, is the creek running really?
Well, no, it's just water coming out of the mountain. That's
Oh,
been there for years. My
oh,
grandpa bought this years ago, and now I found out I own a graveyard up there above this mountain. It's just I'm slowly figuring out my history and all that, but
oh, wow.
I
That's
told
cool.
y'all graveyards
it,
were that was weird back up in here in these hills. Like you can privately own a cemetery. That is so weird to me.
I didn't know that. What?
cemetery goes to both.
Okay.
On it's weird. I know it's weird.
I
but
learned it off the news. There was a lady who owned a cemetery, but she was having to file bankruptcy. And so the city was going to take her cemetery. And I'm like, of all the self-made businesses in the world, okay, that just got weird. Like, I didn't know it could be a personal business to own a cemetery. Like,
That's weird.
So, like, if
well, I can
I
guarantee
could
you
say,
that's one business that you have no repeat customers in. Like,
exactly.
but the cemetery that I own up in this holler, it's been from the Civil War. It went way, way, way back. And when my papa bought that, it okay, the easiest way I can put this to y'all is I know a lot of people don't like John Lee of the Civil War, but he was my great grandpa. Yes. And then he had a son that married one of my daughter, and no, I got all the facts. I know exactly what I mean. It's you have to. Well, yeah, you have to be kind of blood at that time, but
where'd
I
Jenica
mean,
go?
I don't know where Jenica went. I don't know, love.
I'm just saying, I'm a hillbilly. That's what I'm saying. And you don't like me, you don't like me. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, I got proof, I got books, I done my homework, been doing my homework for years, and I mean, I'm a strawberry.
Well, are you still getting like residual money from him?
No.
Then it
No.
don't matter. It's no good. It's no good. It's no good.
No. When he died, all the land went to us. Now I'm the last one that owns it. Now I can do what I want. If I want to sell it, they're going to go up there and dig up all these. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to let them go up there and dig people up when they've been there for 100, 200 years up there. I'm not letting them go up there. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's still my property. It's still my property. I can.
Yeah, you can do what you want. It's your property.
That's true.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, well, they're offering me this much money so they can go in there and dig him up and do what with it? Put another highway in it like they did back in the. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. No, I'm not doing it.
Hey, Mouse, have you
Yeah.
ever turned to your genealogy?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far back can you go?
Moms, we went all the way till there. Ancient Mama come into it.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. We went down the Indian part of it, and being that great grandma was Indian and she was in Oklahoma, that pretty much tells you how they got there. But they
Okay.
do trace back up here to North Carolina. We traced Dad's.
Oh, what?
All the way up, I think, until his grandfather, and that was as far as we could go.
Okay. Yeah, you hit brick walls sometimes.
There was a movement from Alabama.
Yeah.
Back in those days, there was a quick get out of there.
Okay.
And they all ended up in California. But as far back, we can only trace back as far as California.
Oh, wow.
And I can tell you,
What?
we did our family, well, my mom's family did a family tree search. You remember the movie Roots?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alex Haley beat my uncle by 3 months on completing his genealogy. But the oldest trace of our family tree that they could trace was back to the 1200s.
That's going back. Yeah.
And that was, we came from England, Wales, that area.
Oh, wow. How about you, Dragon?
To what?
Have you ever done a genealogy on your family? How far back do you go?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
My family
goes back to the revolution. And my grandfather at that time, during the Revolutionary War, was a woodlands Indian, and it's in a history book of Cornwall, Connecticut, right? And he was held captive off of Long Island Sound on one of the British prison ships. And then they released him and 200 other prisoners, and they got on this boat. It was called the Recovery of London. That was the name, HRH, but it was called the Recovery of London. Him and 199 of the passengers came into the shores of Milford, Connecticut on a New Year's Eve. They were bare trodden. I mean, a lot of them were loaded with smallpox and all other kinds of stuff. And this guy, his name is John Stowe, who had a big old home and is still standing in Milford, Connecticut, took all these guys in and took care of them and fed them and tried to, But anyway, the story goes that my grandfather and 2 other guys from Cornwall, Connecticut, were going to hike from Milford all the way back home. Well, 2 of them made it, but my grandfather, nobody knows anything about. The Woodlands Indian. There's a brick wall there, and it can't get through that brick wall. But his wife's family, my grandma Dibble, okay, they came from England over on a ship along with the the Mayflower fleet, but it was called the
Right.
Winthrop fleet,
Yeah.
and they landed in Massachusetts, and they bought a lot of land in like Connecticut and various states, Massachusetts. It's really interesting history.
Yeah, before my ma died last year, back in July here, I had every intention of asking her how far back our family really goes, but I never got a chance.
Oh,
There's a book out on ours, and somehow I'm related very distantly to Frank and Jesse James.
yeah, you mentioned that before. The only weirdo I could say I was related to was P.T. Barnum.
Well, damn.
That's a pretty famous
You know I
person.
love you, Jack. You
That
know.
family was a real circus.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Right. Oh, I'm waiting for somebody to ask me, well, why you are this way? I don't have an answer for it. I'm this way I am.
Can't hardly hear you, Hillbilly.
Yeah, Hillbilly, your mic's going in and out again.
You might have to leave and come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't hear him.
I
I
can't
know.
either.
I can't hear anything over him. He's got a roar again.
That little mouse is just swinging back and forth.
I know, and it's so cute.
Keep your eye on the mouse.
That's right.
There he is.
Yeah, that's crazy, Hillbilly. We know.
I bet you, I told him this before. Don't show your belly. We don't want to see your belly. We want to see that pretty face of
Sure,
yours.
that's on.
Yeah, right, Janica?
If you look at Hillbilly, ladies, he's got a very handsome face.
Yeah, I've been backstage with him before. I've seen what he looks like before. Him and I were up on Southern Groans.
Yep.
Backstage, and yeah, I was talking to Crazy Hillbilly.
What do you want to do? Cut my hair all off and be bald again?
No one
don't
said
touch
that,
hair.
Crazy Hillbilly. What the hell?
Just slick it
No one
back and
said
put it in the ponytail, like all the other guys do.
I don't have no ponytail.
I do.
Well,
Anyhow.
I pull my hair back and I tell my cat I got a tail just like you, see?
Where you going, Gigi? Where you going, Gigi? Don't run off.
Yeah, Gigi, come up here, please.
Don't leave.
Don't leave us. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I bet you. I'm just saying, I'm looking at Hillbilly and I said, if he had a makeover, what a handsome guy. What a handsome,
Okay, what kind of makeover would you do?
Well, it would be getting rid of some of that beard for one. More like the close crop goatee type deal. And then and pull your hair back and make it all nice and fluffy and stuff.
Seagull says I have 3 broken front teeth and a crooked nose. Top that.
We can fix that too. Everybody's. Oh, look, they're beautiful. Nice. Pretty smile too. How's the wife, Hillbilly?
Well, yeah, sure. She's right here beside me.
Was she not talking? Hello, Mrs. Hillbilly.
Hello, underneath the goatee, he's got a cleft chin. If you like guys with cleft chins.
I would take you to the barber shop. I would cut all that hair off into a nice fade haircut, like fade.
Mm-hmm.
No, you all don't understand. If I cut all
And then there's hair bag.
hair, seriously, if I cut all this off and all of this
Hair
off,
bag.
Yeah, I
I
heard
would
you.
look like a little kid. I promise.
Oh,
Everybody went quiet.
I'm
No,
listening.
yeah, I was listening too.
Uh,
Now, all this,
Kinda-
I can shave all this off, and I will look like a little kid.
no, you'll look like a cleaned up man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm
What do
only
you
growing
mean?
my beard because of
What
women.
do you want? What do you, come on, Mouse. What do you mean? Man, come on.
What?
That's funny.
Mouse, I'm waiting.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, what kind of cleaning you want?
Clean that hair up. Clean it up.
Oh, damn, sis. Okay.
Well, I tell you what, when I get my pictures, I'm going through my younger pictures and I'm gonna post them on my channel, and you won't believe what you see now.
Right.
You're going, how did
Oh, I'm
this
sure.
little,
I'm sure.
this little nerd guy that actually knows where I'm at now? I got a lot of bad. I'm not saying I'm perfect,
Nobody's
but I
perfect.
didn't put it with the shit when I was in school. I didn't put it with it. I didn't put it with it when I got an adult.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way I am.
Well, that's okay. You can be the way you are, right?
That's
Nobody
true.
can take that away from you.
That's
Just be
right.
you.
That's right.
I didn't go out there and
Just the way I am. I am. Nobody likes well, okay.
fucking molesting people or taking kids and raping them. I did not do that.
What?
Well, we never heard about that. Why?
I don't know. That's one thing. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
My
I like
husband
to
wears
say.
his hair
You
just
don't
like
start it,
Jethro
but you
did.
will fucking end it, and that's not a way I should do. I'm just a hillbilly. I love everybody, and I love my kids. I don't care if it's my kids or somebody else's kids.
Right.
They get fuck that. I will stand up. If I see somebody trying to kidnap a little girl, fuck that, or a boy, I will fucking do
Why are we doing this?
do it.
Do.
Mm.
Right,
So you
Mouse?
guys still getting weather, Mouse?
Looks like the sun's coming out.
Grr.
At least
Yeah,
quit
the sun's out
snowing.
here, but I think we're supposed to get more weather this weekend.
Oh,
I don't know what day my daughter's going to start driving home, but I told her she needs to watch the weather.
wow.
Uh-oh, I think he lost signal.
Yep.
I think he did too.
Oh dear.
Get my ears back in order here. Okay,
Yeah.
turn everything back up. I had everything turned down because it rattles my ears. I wear
Yeah.
headphones and it's right in my ears.
Yeah, I know
Oh.
how that goes too when I've worn earbuds and that. Yeah.
So
No,
Mouse, my daughter drove down to Disney World.
Oh,
You know what for?
What for?
A Figment bucket from Epcot.
what
Really?
is a figment
Yeah.
bucket?
Well, it's the the wine and dine fest that's going on
Oh,
down there, and that's when they come out with the popcorn buckets. They're collectibles,
Mhm.
and different stuff like that. So then she's got to do the drive back. I was scared to death for her to drive all the way down there. Her and my granddaughter. Now I got to drive all the way back.
Yeah.
But she made it to South Carolina in one day.
That ain't bad.
man.
Yeah, from Connecticut to South Carolina. Yeah, that's a lot of driving. And then the next day they were in Florida yesterday.
Took me 17 hours one way just to get from here to Louisiana when I went to pick my friend up last year.
Yeah, those long drives, man.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't bother me a bit.
Right.
Well, if I had a car like the Beast, like what the president rides in, and I had a chauffeur, I wouldn't mind at all.
There you go. That sounds better.
Have you ever heard about that car, the Beast?
Yeah. Didn't they run it around the Daytona
Yeah,
Speedway this weekend?
yes, yeah. But the things that automobile can do. Oh
You
my
know,
goodness.
they didn't take it up on the bank curves, though.
No,
That
no.
sucker's so heavy it would have slid right off.
Oh, those banks are steep.
Yeah, they are.
Jeez. I don't know how they gotta have guts to do that, going that fast.
Well,
I've
what
been to a lot of
happened
races, and I still can't get over how they do that. It's like, oh my god. I've seen them
Yeah.
tossed in the air, and it's like, oh no, 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 no.
No shit, right?
It's like, God bless them, those that do it. I mean, well, it'd be like people saying, "Why the hell are you skiing down a mountain?" Because I used to ski,
True.
Why are you skiing down a mountain? Well, I wanted to
It's kind
learn it for one, and then I found out it was a lot of fun, and you learn to laugh at yourself a lot.
Sliding down the mountain to get food. Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And news report, anybody?
Do what?
I've been keeping my eyes on Mount Etna in Italy, and then
Mm-hmm.
the Santorini volcano in Italy.
Oh yeah, you were talking
I mean,
about
there's so
that
many
one night.
volcanoes. Yeah, there's so many volcanoes in that, but Mount Etna has been, leaking lava, and
Right.
Santorini, they've had last time I read it was 12,700 earthquakes,
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh, we
on
lost him
the
again.
scale of 3 to 5 Richter, but
I think Hillbilly's having a hard time staying on panel. He came back, but the sound was better, and then we lost him again.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it could be internet issues with the weather because
Mhm.
that's what Army Vet was having when he was up on my panel and that.
Yeah. So what is that way? I think the volcanic veins that go through the earth, they're all interlocked somehow, just like the veins in your body. So
Right.
anyway, they're keeping an eye on Mount Rainier and oh geez, what's the other one? Mount St. Helens. They're keeping an eye on
Yeah.
that because they've been getting earthquake activity there. So, I've just been watching this stuff to see how Mother Nature is unfolding. And then everything I look at is end times, da 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 da, and it goes on and on and on.
Mm.
Can you imagine what it'd be like if the Yellowstone one erupted?
Oh, geez. Oh, geez. No, I don't even want
That'd
to
be
think about
bad.
that one. We'd be in, what do they call it? A dead winter for a long, long time.
Yeah.
It'd be end of our lives as you know it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Especially if you're in that area.
eruption.
But the people on the East Coast would suffer,
Yeah.
winter. You wouldn't see daytime for days,
Right.
or you would see it, but it would be all white and cold, and that
Wouldn't they
kind of
call
thing.
that a nuclear winter?
Yeah, you're right, airbag. More people need to
Well,
buy
you're
grow
quiet,
houses.
Mouse. Mouse must have went to get more coffee.
No, I'm here. I was looking at all the pileups happening around town. I love Facebook.
Really, sis?
I love it.
What
Oh,
the hell?
And I'm serious. It
they
just,
can't drive in that stuff.
I repeat, 1 minute you're on the road looking at the bushes. Next minute you're in the bushes looking at the road.
That's funny.
Right? It's fucking hilarious.
People. Siegel says eruption, and in parenthesis, Eddie Van Halen.
All right. Okay. Good one.
Excuse me. I'm just looking at everybody in the ditch. It's just one picture after another picture. There's like 4 cars in the ditch here, 3 there. It's not just one though. There's like that one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars in the ditch in the same ditch. That's a
Jeez.
Really, Mouse? What the hell?
Is it on a corner?
Yeah, it's in a curve.
Yeah, well, that is funny.
Is that local news, or are you watching that in real time?
That's here in town.
Ooh.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Ooh, free entertainment.
Well, it always it's funny, I watch patterns. I'm just like I see patterns real easy, but there's this one area of the community
Mhm.
that you can't move in the snow there. The hills and the curves are all wrong for this
Yeah.
road to be snowy. And it's like everybody has to get up there to see the snow. And it's like, why do y'all do that? Like every time it snows, everybody rushes up to this mountain to see the beautiful snow, but y'all can't get up and down that mountain. Like, why is that still the place that when it snows, everybody goes, we must go there now?
Do they take at least their snow tubes or anything with them? Their sleds?
Nope. Just we must
Oh,
go
that's
out.
right. They'd have to walk up that mountain and able to get down the mountain.
I know, because you know that once you get to that curve, you're going to slide off. Everybody slides off in that curve. It's like, so, how many more times are y'all going to go, ooh, it snowed. We must face that dumb curve. We can't get up.
Some people never learn, Mouse.
Here in about an hour, the post will all come out about, there's a cow in the road over here. Whose cow is it? And
Oh, my God.
I seen one on the news today where they were chasing a chihuahua down a highway. And it took them about an hour to even get the damn thing because it hit under a car and they were finally able to grab it.
Whoa. They're fast little buggers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was like a 3-lane highway he was running down.
Damn. Weirdest thing that ever happened to me. I was on my way to Home Depot one day, and there's farmland all around, Next thing, and I just got to the red light, before the Home Depot. All of a sudden, here comes 3 horses running down the road. The cops finally came. They were like, pull over to the side, pull over to the side. So they could round up those horses. I'm there. That's the weirdest shit I ever seen. Well, not really, but in the animal kingdom, in my world, 3 horses running the highway.
We always have a cow in the road somewhere.
Really?
Always, like always.
Oh
Well, they
my God.
don't. I laugh. I'm from West Texas. Everything had a cattle
Right.
guard, right? We're used to cattle
Yeah.
guards. Up
Okay.
here, no, everybody gets out and does the gate thing. No cattle guards up here. And I'm like, why? Like, y'all have a cow or two every week get out of the gate as you're driving out. And they just like, and they'll drive off. And I'm like, because here in about 2 hours, it's going to get down the road and somebody's going to put it on Facebook. Whose cow's in the road?
One sign that says
Right?
possible cow crossing, like they do up here with deer. They don't have. Do they have a sign for cows?
Actually, our sign for cows is hilarious.
You do-
It's a cliff and a cow falling off the cliff.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the signs we have here.
That's funny as hell.
That's hilarious.
And so, yeah, it's what's for fallen cow.
Oh,
The
that's
thought that
funny.
you have to look up the cliff driving down the highway to make sure a cow doesn't.
That's fun.
Meanwhile, if you're looking up at the cliff, you plow into a cow.
We have a joke here that it's impossible for a cow's legs to grow the same length
What?
because they have to stand on a hill.
Wow.
What kind of cows are down there?
Mostly there's a few dairy cows.
Yeah.
Most everybody is really into the Angus beef.
Oh, okay.
They're
so-
all
Yeah.
about the black cows,
Okay.
and they're like worth more if they have any kind of white on their face. It's so silly.
Oh.
I never understood it because in the world of beef, you raise cattle and then you butcher cattle, and you raise cattle and you butcher cattle because it's all about selling the meat.
Yeah.
So why do you care if it's got a white face or not? Like, it's
Oh.
not going to matter in the end.
Yeah, there's a lot of dairy cow up here. A lot of dairies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
After-
there's more dairies here than beef cow here too.
Yeah. What are those striped cows? The one that are like they got a white or a black stripe going around the middle of them,
Oh, I don't know.
and the rest of them are another color.
Huh.
I've never seen a long cow.
Siegel says lemming cows.
Deer. Long deer. I don't know. Maybe. I like those little cows that you see from Ireland or Scotland to Scotland.
Those
Right.
little short furry ones. Oh,
Yeah.
You
Aren't
mean
they
like those little miniature
Yes.
cows? Those little
Yes.
miniature ones that are so
Yeah.
cute. And they're all furry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
have you seen the mini goat?
Oh my
Yes.
God, they're
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh my God, they're adorable. I've always so bad. They're like
They
the
are
size
cute.
of your hand. They're
I
so
know.
little.
Mm-hmm. But they'd be shooting raisins all over the floor.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. Well, probably more like currants. But we had a goat named Daniel once. This is when I was way back when I was first married. And yeah, Daniel would chase you, because the goat was horny.
Yeah.
So that goat
damn.
would start to run, and I'd be jumping on top of the car, and and they're John, get him off, get that goddamn goat out of here.
My friend's got a whole
Mhm.
yard of the fainting goats. And
Oh,
it's,
I remember
Oh,
those.
those are
Yeah.
funny.
it's funny because he lives at the top of a hill. So the driveway is kind of at an incline. So your motor revs when you go up the driveway,
Mhm.
and every time your motor revs, the whole field goes down.
Mhm.
What? What? Oh my God. That's got to be funnier than hell.
Those are the most hilarious things.
Jesus. What about those goats that scream?
Oh yeah, I remember those too. They're
Hi,
kind of.
Wanda.
Hey
Those are
Wanda,
funny.
good to see you, love.
Hi,
Hi,
Wanda.
Hello, Wanda.
Yeah. Well, remember those little pygmy goats, the little tiny ones? Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah. My mother had a couple of those. Oh my God. Plus, my mom had a pet deer, and oh my God, that deer thought she was the dog, the cat eating dog food. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Really?
Yes.
That's
No
funny.
joke, love. No joke. Yep, yep.
I think
Well,
everything in the forest will eat dog food.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I have never, ever in all my life ever see a deer eat dog food. Ever. That deer, Tawny, she thought she was a dog. She thought she was one of the dogs.
That's funny.
It's true.
No. We
It's
have
true.
bears up here that think our trash can is their dinner.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It's a takeout package.
What was
Dinner
it? Last
time.
summer?
Oh,
Out
they're
in broad
finally
daylight.
hibernating.
Yeah, out in broad daylight last summer, there was a black bear running around town and that. Oh yeah.
Oh, I have the usuals.
Mm-hmm.
I named one Rufus.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the cubs last year. And he comes around to the side of the house, and I'm just kind of standing there having a cigarette, and he looks at me, and he grunts, and he puts both front paws. He just kind of like up, down, banged him once, and then he took off.
Damn animals.
Oh, they're fun to watch. I mean, close to me
Right.
get to, or
Yeah.
get to you.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful. They're beautiful animals.
Yeah.
And probably 3 more dogs.
Right.
This is the weather our parents used to walk to school in.
Oh shit.
I got them.
I remember when my dad used to go to high school and that, and my dad had to walk, and there was no buses. My dad had to walk 10 blocks to school.
And you remember that?
Oh
That
yeah,
was
my dad used to tell that story all the time.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I don't remember my parents being kids. I wasn't there.
Well, no, hearing that story when my dad was in high school, he
Yeah.
had to walk to school all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
Uphill both ways with a chicken in the
Yeah,
arms.
well, I thought he, yeah, and I thought he was seriously joking. And I'd ask my grandmother, and she goes, "Oh no, no, it's for real." I'm like, I thought Dad was fibbing. That's all.
No, but that was back when schools were within walking distance.
Yeah.
And they were just full of it.
Yeah, they had their stories, though, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. I think even scarier than that was the fact that the girls weren't allowed to wear pants to school. I couldn't have handled that.
Well, I wasn't allowed to wear pants at school until I believe it was 1972. Then the laws changed, and I was in high school then, and then we could wear dresses again. And then there was the mini skirts. Oh, the controversy about mini skirts. We had a principal make the girls kneel down. He would measure from their knee to how high the skirt was, and if the skirt was too high, he called your mother, and your mother had to come pick you up.
Yep.
Another good one was hot pants.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was all the rage at one time. Though some people didn't have the bodies to fit them.
Uh-huh.
We tried. Come on, we tried.
Oh yeah. You know.
But
They
thanks
used to
to
wear
the
shorts,
Super Bowl,
but not hot pants. Never hot pants.
well, thanks to the Super Bowl, I guess bell bottoms are coming back.
Oh,
Oh
because
God.
yeah.
What the fuck?
I remember Bill Bonds. I mean, I had
So
a
do I.
favorite. I had a favorite pair. They were hip hop. They were forest green corduroy, and they dragged down the floor.
Well, damn.
They had bell
Well, that was
bottom
my favorite pair of bell bottoms, though.
flare.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when frayed bottoms were in too. You know, the bottom of the jeans had
Yeah.
to be frayed, and then they
Mhm.
had then there was the thing with patches on your pants.
Yep. I remember that.
Hmm
Yes.
No, we're not even going to talk about the 90s. Like, I don't even know what that was.
The what?
Those square pants, those big
Yeah, I remember exactly what
square.
you're talking about,
You
Mouse.
mean the parachute pants,
No,
like
they
MC
weren't
Hammer?
parachute. They were jeans, but they were huge and like the legs were real wide on them. They weren't bell bottoms. They were just wide, square, oversized pants. I'm like, what is that? Like, why?
Hmm. Don't remember that.
Let me see if I can find them.
I remember when guys used to wear their belt buckles to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Hmm
Oh, is
Mm-hmm.
in Texas. They don't do that. They had great old big fat belt buckles and then they put it
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, what? What the
Hey,
hell?
Santa,
Okay.
do you remember guys wearing watches with those really wide leather wristbands?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I always thought those were so cool.
Okay.
Never had one. I take it.
Nope.
No,
Couldn't
no.
afford it, right?
I never knew anybody that did either, but
Mm. Well, there are a lot of rich people in Connecticut, so you saw all kinds of things still to this day.
no,
Gee.
yeah, I don't doubt that, you know.
But, well,
So
I mean, if you know, like a little town called
Mhm.
Litchfield, Connecticut, here, right?
Mhm.
And it's like Mansion Row. You go down one street and there's big white mansions, and these are like homes from the 1700s and stuff. But
yeah.
they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Um, so there's a lot of wealthy people that walk up and down. You know, there's like little
Mhm.
cafes and really expensive fashion type of little outlets for them to shop at,
These.
and you'll see them.
Oh my god. Oh no, those things are ugly as all
Like,
fucking
what
hell.
was those right there? Like, what the?
Oh my
Those
god,
were bad. Those were bad. Like, I
I
didn't
Yeah, ugly.
understand
but
these.
those are
Yes,
Like,
those
there
were
was,
ugly. I don't
they were
care.
like a big old square. Like,
ooh.
I hated those.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
understand.
no, those aren't cool at all.
No, they're not. Hell no.
I mean, you take one of those legs and make a skirt
Definitely
out of
damn
it.
not. No,
Look,
no.
it had our teenagers running around looking like cartoon characters.
Yeah, really.
God.
I mean,
Wow.
if you looked at those jeans and above the case, see, I would have cut that and made a skirt out of it.
That would have made me 3 pairs of jeans with all that extra material.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. Like, really?
I mean, really, that's kind of a waste of fabric.
Oh, it
No
was.
shit.
They would wear those and then those tennis shoes that had the little skates up in them.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I know exactly
Yeah,
what you're talking about. Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the little roller blades there, like
Yeah,
on a
What were
sneaker.
they? Wheelies was
yeah.
what they were called. Wheelies.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember those?
You can't use those at Disney World.
Nope.
I don't see why not.
I
Get you
don't
there
know.
faster.
Because everybody's slipping and
True.
sliding and cracking an elbow, and they're like, oh, I ain't paying for that. I can see Disney doing that. Don't anything you can trip and fall about is like nope, because I ain't paying for it. If you
Yup.
crack an elbow,
Exactly.
I ain't paying for it.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
one thing I'm glad they're bringing back is plastic straws.
Well, they were
'Cause
talking
those
they were going to get rid of those.
The paper, no, they're coming back because
Tennessee never got rid of the plastic straws.
Because
ain't
why?
nothing worse than paper straw.
No, true.
Yeah, Tennessee never did the paper straw. We didn't do the paper straw thing here. We're like, nah, plastic.
Off to get to the dry part, and you don't have to do that with a plastic
Just-
straw.
I
Well,
can't.
like the
No, I
plastic
can't.
straws too. I mean,
Don't the paper ones get soggy eventually?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
ew.
yeah,
Be
yeah,
like eating a pixie stick straw.
Yeah. Pretty much
exactly.
it too.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I made lots of bell bottoms into straight leg pants for lots of people in my business.
Oh damn.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
if
one
you
pair
can,
of jeans you would cut and cut and cut to get them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never understood
make so
why
many
was
things.
that a thing. It was like the teenagers decided they wanted to look like 2-year-olds,
Oh
and
God.
that was the fashion in the 90s. Like anything a 2-year-old would
Mm,
wear.
yeah,
Oversized jerseys, big hats. Everybody running around in hip hop looking like infants or toddlers.
Oh God.
they always reminded me of Cabbage
Yeah,
Patch
but we
Kids.
grew up with all that, mouse.
I didn't. Y'all might have, but yeah. Like everything in town is closed. The business, there's a list of businesses that closed today.
Really?
You chicken shits.
Oh, because of the weather?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I mean, they don't do that up here. That's just like wickedly like a foot of snow or something like that. But most places stay open.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny during COVID. Like we didn't really do COVID. We did COVID for about 5 weeks, and then we were over it, and everybody was back out in town.
Yep.
Yeah.
But snow, we just can't. We can't accept snow. It's just so evil here.
It's just a gift from the
Right.
door. We're just sharing the wealth. Send some of your warmth up our way. Then we'll get rid of your snow.
Well, like here, it snowed in the last 2 weekends, snowstorm and shoveling and that, and so it's been sunny here. So
Oh,
it's still
nice.
cold. It's only 17.
Well, I
Oh,
think my
I can't
grandson
wait
said it's
for
supposed to go up
spring.
to the
Oh,
40s this
I
week.
want to be done with all this shit.
Yeah, I'm over it.
No kidding.
I want to get my garden started.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got me a new pressure cooker. I'm ready to start canning, but
Oh,
we haven't
nice.
planted anything yet. So
Well, my neighbors next door, they plant a lot of flowers.
Yeah, I do a lot like sunflowers.
Mm-hmm. No.
mm,
Right?
we have a crazy community. I'm telling you, living in the sticks is hilarious. People are funny.
Well, I kind of live in the country, so
The shit they have to complain about is so ridiculous. Again, like whose cows in the road? Like that is our community news. Or why is there a lawnmower driving down the highway? Make him move.
Right.
Hillbillies are funny.
Mm-hmm. What happened to Jenica?
I guess she fell off.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I hate snowy days.
She
No,
didn't
I
want
know.
to talk to us anymore.
Well, you know, today's the 20th. February's almost over.
You know,
Yeah.
it's funny. February is the day with is the month with the least amount of days in it, and just by nature, it seems like February lasts for freaking ever.
I know. I'm telling you, sis, I know.
Like it feels like we should be on like February 38th.
Yeah, but you know, February's almost over, and then March, and then spring, and like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Ain't nothing but another snowy day.
No, it's not snowing here, so
It's here. Like crazy.
No, I don't think so, Siegel. I looked at the calendar. No, we're 28 days.
No,
I don't even know when the next leap year is. I lost count.
every election year.
I think I think it's every 4 years, ain't it?
Every
Yeah.
7 years.
I thought it was
No,
every.
every
No, I
4.
thought it was every 4 years.
It is every 4. It's every election year. Because we had it in 2024.
A leap year happens every 4 years, with the exception of some years that are divided by 100, but not by 400. What is that? Common Core shit?
I don't know, love.
Probably just something to confuse everybody.
Yeah, that was a whole formula. I ain't trying to math it out. I'm sorry, Jenica. Thank you for coming up. But yeah, guys, I think that about wraps it up for today. I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. We got about 2.5 hours out of it.
All right,
Okay.
loves.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you later.
Thank y'all for coming up. Thank y'all for
Oh, no
spending
problem.
the time with me.
It's always a good time. You know that.
Always.
Always, love. Always. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, that joined us
See you
in
later.
chat. I love the chat. You keep it cool. I've always got the best chat. I appreciate you guys so much keeping it cool in here. Let's see. Tomorrow we've got Gigi. And then what did Arby say about that? I forgot. He was doing it on Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember which. Let me see. I'll go back up in chat and see if I can find it.
Sunday. He will be doing it Sunday at noon.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you guys are subbed up to those two. I appreciate you guys. Hillbilly, I'll still be here for a minute. If you want to hit the link, I'll wait for a minute. See if you want to come back up and talk. I know you wanted to talk. I don't know. But we guys will see you on the next one. Stay right here, everybody.
All right.